In case you missed it, 50 Cent has been attacking Oprah for years now. He claims that Oprah has used black actors to build over $1 billion. 50 Cent just joined the chat during this whole dispute between Taraji and Oprah. He is calling Oprah a Hollywood puppet and stealing from her. He was among the first to defend Monique when she was accusing Tyler Perry and Oprah of undervaluing her and damaging her career after she revealed that they had underpaid her for her part in the film Precious. Now that she's finished with them, he's throwing Empire under the bus. Supporting Taraji in her battle against Oprah and the other black performers who Oprah has damaged for her own self-serving ends. Once more, if any of you have spent the last few days online, you have undoubtedly heard about the continuing conflict between Taraji and Oprah, which began when Taraji criticized Oprah for paying her too little. As per Taraji's statement in the recently released film The Color Purple, she has not experienced a pay increase since the release of Proud Mary 6 years ago. She even contemplated turning down Oprah's initial offer to star in the film, believing that, as a fellow African-American woman, she would be able to accept it better. Oprah did the exact opposite of what she should have done. I haven't seen a pay increase since Proud Mary, and I nearly had to leave Color Purple. Yes, ma'am. Who said what? Yes, ma'am, because, how will I make it if I don't make a stand? If this is all for me, then why am I doing this? Fantasia, Danielle, Hi, and Felicia. We are all here to serve one another, not to impress God, who is incredibly intelligent to have placed us on earth and given us all unique appearances. Jira later made an appearance in another interview with Oprah's best friend Gayle King, revealing that she had planned to quit acting altogether, but that while Jira was having a mental breakdown and threatening to quit acting, Gayle was there to support her. Together, we can and will figure it out. Trying to gaslight her and make her suffering seem silly because, as I previously stated, she is best friends with Oprah and, as I heard on the street, Taji had the audacity to just say that she was thinking about quitting acting. He responded, "Stop talking. Are you considering it? I'm simply weary of putting in so much effort and being kind in what I do for a small portion of the pay. I'm also tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over again. You get tired of hearing people say things like, you work a lot, yeah, I have to do the math, ain't Matang hearing. That over the course of my 20 plus years in the industry, I've heard the same thing, seen what you do for another production, and it's time for us to go to bed because you don't have any money. I'm expected to just grin and smile, bar it, and say enough. Is sufficient because 50 Cent introduced himself into the drama while everything was going wrong. FY posted a screenshot of an article to his Instagram, stating that he was prepared to collaborate with Tajima. He said, they dropped the ball for them, Tajima. While I'm prepared to work, let's not assume that this is the... In fact, this was the very reason why they started fighting in the first place. During 50 Cent's ascent to fame, he sought to establish himself as a successful rapper by appearing on Oprah. This is not the first time 50 Cent has criticized Oprah for mistreating musicians. His look would have benefited him in more ways than one. Change. When the idea was presented to Oprah, she made it very clear that she was not interested in the 50-year-old Jamaica Queens drug dealer turned successful rapper. It would have also demonstrated to his grandmother, a huge Oprah fan, that he was doing something worthwhile with his life. Then, Cent had to give 50, saying that Oprah was against hip-hop, specifically the music he produced, and even likening her to an Oreo, which is black on the outside and white on the inside. I believe that Oprah caters to older white women, and she was against everything that was in my music, so she ain't never going to put me on that program. I figured that since I would never be able to get to that point where I could see proof of your immense achievement, we should at least be adversaries. When FY named his dog Oprah and his cat Oprah's best friend, he then elevated his level of pettiness to a whole new level. When he appeared on her show to promote his new movie Crash alongside the other cast members, Oprah was accused of throwing him under the bus. However, during the interview, Oprah seemed less concerned about the accusation. Gayle King, okay, is named after Oprah, and your cat's name is Gayle. Asking him about his role in the film and continuously pressing him about the ridiculous use of the N-word in his songs. He was not feeling this, so he called her out in a radio interview, trying to figure out what it was. A lot of it was comments she had made about you knowing I was. While I was there for Crash M, she mentioned that she didn't agree with my song, but she also thought I did a great job in the film. Since I was up there with the entire cast, I didn't feel like it was necessary to express her disagreement. As if that wasn't messy enough, she proceeded to edit out specific parts of bizarre responses to her questions in order to make him appear as though she disagreed with my music, even if you don't agree with certain songs I made. A lot of people called her an idiot, so she was allowed to say what she said, to which I responded. Later, when I watched the final show, her CHC guests were there, but yours and mine weren't, so it only seemed that way. After turning down a $50 million deal from Comedy Central and leaving for Africa out of concern for his safety, Dave Chappelle made an appearance on The Oprah Show. I kind of took that. When Dave disclosed that the contract included certain dubious elements, he decided not to accept them and turned it down. But as he was saying all of this, Oprah kept cutting him off and making him confess to having a mental illness. If she was saying that you had grown more and more paranoid, would you say that you were paranoid? After all, what kind of black man is he without his paranoia attacks, even if you win $100 at poker? And when riding the metro, you're going to glance behind you. Did you visit a mental hospital in South Africa? Yes, at one point in the conversation, he discussed how certain Hollywood executives attempted to coerce him. They simply said, and everything, I had $50 million, that's like making me a marked man. To take antipsychotic medication, but Oprah disregarded this entirely and told Dave he was just stressed out and paranoid, trying to convince me I'm insane. I responded, I'm not taking this medication, man, because I know these people are trying to control you or maybe discredit you. As you can see, Oprah has a long history of embarrassing and stealing from black actors, and 50 Cent is tired of seeing it happen. I was scared, like you know, but you were stressed out. That's why there was no question, but it's very stressful for someone to constantly walk behind you and say you're insane. Tajima. 50 Cent hasn't been the only black actress to have to defend Oprah. He also stood by Monique when she came out to say that Tyler and Oprah had blackballed her after she exposed them for underpaying her. According to Monique, she was only paid $50,000 for her precious, which was hardly enough. Tyler and Oprah then insisted that she continue a publicity run to help the film with no intention of paying her more afterwards. Tyler, according to Monique, even went so far as to disparage her to director David Tolber in an attempt to get her to say no, which infuriated Oprah and Tyler even more. They then launched a campaign to portray Monique as being difficult to deal with. End up losing jobs. What does that have to do with that black guy? So no, I wasn't blackballed. Instead, I was treated like a white ball by some black people who lacked balls. Thank you, Mr. Lee Daniels, you deserve it. Baby, I wasn't treated like a blackball by some people who lack balls, and I can tell that they enjoy doing so. Say Monique, you talk too much, and I won't say the truth because you don't pay me equally and you don't treat me fairly. If I had more, you guys would all push back against Monique when she exposed all of this, with the exception of 50 Cent. Was the sole supporter of Monique. He shared a photo of her on Instagram, stating, all in favor of Monique being back on top, say make it happen, stop effing around. I attended Monique's stand-up gig over Super Bowl weekend, and it was amazing. She put me into a trance. You have to go. In a subsequent post, he demanded that Tyler and Oprah apologize to Monique, saying that she was about to become the top dog once more. He said, I'm sure Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry would not want to continue to allow their influence to damage Monique's career. This has gone on for way too long, so now would be the right time. I'm going to put her back on the green light gang, so now would be a wonderful chance to apologize. I saw season 2 of 50 Cent's popular show BMF, and while he may joke about it, he isn't going to lie to you. He stood by his business and offered Monique a part. He's never really been a fan of Oprah's antics and thinks that everything she does is disparage black actors and take from them in order to build her own empire. In fact, it's rumored that Oprah only paid Taraji $500,000 for her role in The Color Purple. Can you believe that? Is what she ended up with after attempting to sort things out with them and nearly leaving the film. Keep in mind, Color Purple made over $18 million on its first day alone. Oprah could have easily paid Raji and the other actors what they're truly worth, but she would have preferred to keep it all to herself and give them scraps. People wasted little time expressing their opinions and pulling Oprah into it. One user even declared, "I completely agree with 50 Cent, this woman has been doing this for years." 50 Absurd Dave Ice Cube's Michael Jordan was even persuaded to speak with her about his financial affairs by Michael Jackson. However, she showed no interest in talking about her own. Another person stated that Monique was brave and proud enough to speak up and stand up even to this day, but the silence of so many others is what keeps things the same and gives the impression that they are profiting from the struggles faced by black actors and actresses because they are aware of how difficult it is for them to get roles. Another that will fit with the game, but for now, I'm curious about your opinions. Do you believe that 50 exposed Oprah for robbing black actors, or do you believe that Oprah is merely an industry puppet trying to destroy black entertainers? Ben knew what to do. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to click this link to view another untidy film.